And let me just alter the levels a little bit here. Why is the planet spinning so fast? Anyway, welcome to, I don't know what I'm going to call this series yet, but this is the new Planet Jam planet pack made by a bunch of people. It's like a game jam, but, you know, for planets. And due to the fact that I'm really not up for like doing any of the existing series stuff right now, and college is super busy, I'm just going to start like a Let's Play style thing, like in this, like just low pressure. I don't expect very many people to watch this at all, but I'd like to explore this. I'm going in completely blind. I don't know what any of the planets look like. So I'd usually choose the Carbon Mund flag, but how about we go something different, because we're not on Kerbin anymore. I believe this is a new starting planet. What do I like? Let's play Blorbs. I like Blorbs. So let's call this Planet Jam. And mostly just a standard career. I'm going to change a little bit of the difficulty settings. No reverts, no quick loading, because we're going to be spicy like that. Let's do Plasma Blackout. Level up immediately because it's stupid that they don't. Let's do G-Force Limits. That sounds alright. Alright. Let's get started. Alright, so we're here. I don't even know what this planet's called or what the star is called, but we are here. And I'm not going to look in the tracking station too much. Because I want the planets to be a surprise. I don't want to zoom in on anything before I'm there. I want to see everything with my own two eyes before I see it in the tracking station. But let's just at least get some, actually no, hold on, I'm not going to look at the screen. I'm going to fly up, and then I'll be able to see the planet from above, and then I'll be able to learn about the planet. Alright, let's just get our normal first bit of career. Gather scientific data from Asite Par. What is Asite Par? Orbit Asite Par. Okay, so that's the planet, Asite Par. Launch our first vessel. Alright. Let's do this. Let's go to space. And there's really only one rocket we can reasonably build with starting technology, you know. So let's just go ahead and build it. Let's just say Par 1. Why not? I don't really have anything else to call it right now. Alright, we've got a bit of an atmospheric haze here. Pretty bright star. It looks like we're very close to the sun. And are we going to get high enough? Well, first of all, why is my mouse misbehaving? Keep the crew port, EVA, get the EVA report. We just got to do the little launchpad science farming that that you tend to do. Alright, let's go. Okay, so hopefully you can still hear me. I hope you can. 30 science from that. And looks like we're flying. We're flying. It looks sandy. It looks... I don't see any oceans, so that might be interesting. How high up are we going to go? It looks like our atmospheric height is steadily... it looks like the atmosphere is shorter than it is on Kerbin, and it also looks like the gravity might be lower because we are not doing very good with the... We're not slowing down very fast. We're going very high is what I'm talking about. And the sun, okay, it isn't actually that big. It just, the atmosphere made it look really big. So 42 kilometers. I think that classifies as seeing the planet from space. So let's go into map view finally and see. Oh, that's a really cool looking planet. Oh, okay, and then the... Oh, they moved the island airfield and the desert launch. Okay, alright, so they moved the launch pads. That's cool. I didn't know you could move the custom launch pads. I didn't know they'd have support for that. Deploy mode when... Oh no. I feared this would happen. Deploy mode when safe. I don't care about min pressure. Give me all of the altitude because we're going to need it. I don't think we're going to survive this. EVA! No! 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 Okay. I said no reverts. I'm gonna hold myself to that. I'm sorry, Jeb. Okay, so we know the atmosphere is not very thick. It will not stop us coming back down. But did we get any science from that? Okay, we have 10 science to spend, mostly from world speed records. So Jeb was useful for something. And we'll use that to get liquid-fueled engines, so you have at least a shot of returning alive. And then we can't afford anything else other than this, so we'll go anyway. Yeah, we need the decouplers too. And will a capsule on its own decelerate enough? Because, okay. Who wants to find out? Val? No, I'm not going to risk my only other pilot. Bill, you're the engineer. You're the most useful person for now. So, par 2. You're going to space. Also, I completely forgot that mystery goo is a thing. So I should probably stick some of that. It's been a while since I've played, like, Stock Parts Career. Stock Parts Career. Honestly, I can probably get to orbit as is. Like, how much delta do we got? Yeah, this is enough for orbit around Kerbin. I'm not sure if it's enough for orbit around this place, but if it's smaller, it should be. Alright, part 2. Bill, are you ready for launch? Let's go. I should have probably accepted the orbit contract, but whatever, I can do that later. I'm not really hurting for money right now. Alright, I do get the Kerbal Engineer readout for Bill. Oh, right, no SAS, but that's fine. I can easily get the launchpad science later. I'm going to save this for upper atmosphere and space science. Let's go. Because, like, I did not recover any of Jeb's science, because, you know, he died. And then I can go to map mode to see this sort of thing. Oh, hey! We are not on the equator, which will make things pretty interesting going forward, because, like, usually you're almost always on the equator, I do believe. Unless I'm just reading this wrong. Okay, what's my planet info like here? Okay, you still can't see my mouse. I haven't fixed that. I probably never will. Okay, 0.68 G. Alright. So, smaller than Kerbin. Atmospheric... Oh, the atmosphere's way taller, but it's way thinner. Okay. So we need to go up to about 100 kilometers before being able to be considered orbital. No, stop that. Don't be spaghetti on me. Don't be spaghetti on me. No. Okay, so I can't really time accelerate. I can do times 2. I'm still flying low. Purple moss. Okay, FOF, this is high enough now. And let's go. What's my orbit like? What's my inclination? Okay, so maybe we were on the equator, because the inclination is pretty lower. And I would expect the inclination to be like more than a degree if we were starting any significant amount off the equator. Alright. Oh, there's the space music. I haven't played with like the music on in forever. I don't know how well it's coming through though. I should have probably done an audio test. Alright, so that's a lot of science. Honestly, I might like get like Far Future Technologies and Community Tech Tree and Kerbal Space Program Interstellar extended. I think because like whatchamacallit. This is a lot of science for being on the starting world. And I'm just gonna burn through the tech tree like super fast. Granted, it'll eliminate the early game grind, but yeah. So what's orbital velocity? I would just re-enter now, but like I do want to figure out what orbital velocity is. Okay, so about 1600 meters per second. That'll make SSTOs fun, assuming there's oxygen in the atmosphere. Actually, I mean, I would assume that there would be oxygen in the atmosphere, but I don't know. Is there oxygen in the atmosphere? All right. So now, do we have enough fuel to slow down? That will give us a good air braking pass. And then right before the altitude, we're going to deploy our chute. We're going to do full tilt retrograde burn. Observe Mr. Goo. Log temperature. Bill, I hope you don't die. I can't say anything else, because you're probably gonna die. I shouldn't have gone to orbit. I should have just burned. I should have just used all that fuel to accelerate, to like decelerate to a standstill. A target retrograde would be nice here, but you know, I chose build the engineer. Wait, hold on. Liquid fuel. Can I? Oh no, his fuel transfer is not unlocked yet. Okay, so I'm going to need to use a little bit of engine torque to keep retrograde, which means that I'll be slowly using fuel. But Hakuna Matuda. And we're just going to slowly, gently slow down. And try and use this thing like a wing and skip off the atmosphere. I'm going to lower the thrust on this though, because we are burning through that fuel alarmingly quickly for something that we're going to need really late on. So we might actually need drogue chutes on this save. Granted, we don't start with those, so it's going to be a bit troubling. But yeah. Okay. 1,200 meters per second. Okay, we've bled off a quarter of our velocity. We are now below about 1,000 meters per second service velocity, and it looks like we are actually retrograde stable, which is fantastic because that engine is so heavy. It is just making us backward stable, and the spaghettiness is making us slow down even more. So yay for the spaghettiness. Because I would have auto-strutted it if I had unlocked auto-struts yet. So 10 kilometers, 9.8, blah, 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 blah. And then we can fire up our engines. Let's fire our engines up right here-ish. And then get rid of that, and deploy the chute. And hopefully it's enough, because this atmosphere, granted the gravity is lower, but the atmosphere is also lower. So we might be too fast to survive. Oh no, okay, we're good. 6 meters per second, that's great. Because drag goes up with velocity squared, and gravity is just constant acceleration. So increase in, I don't know actually. I'd have to like write it down. Okay, we almost tipped over, but that would have been fine anyway. So, Bill, let's get an EVA report from you. The dust lands. Alright, let's go. Let's go. First successful mission. I only killed one Kerbal so far. I got 341 science from this mission. What's up with that? Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess we can just burn through the beginning of the tech tree. Aviation would be cool, but I don't need it yet. I'll get this for... I mean, why did I get that? I don't even need this science. I want the LP909. That's like non-negotiable. This gives me struts. That's important. Landing. I'll want at least one of those. Oh, okay, I can get one of these nodes. What do I want? Electrics. Docking. I don't want that. Don't need that. I'm gonna get a little... I'm probably gonna get landing, but let me just check the others to make sure. Propulsion system is tempting, but I'm going to go for landing. Because I actually have not checked to see if there's a moon yet. Now, I'm not going to zoom in, but I would like to see the current sites of the moons. Oh. There are no moons. That's why the science is so high. Because... Oh, you clever, clever game devs. We have to go interplanetary right away. That's why there's no science here. I mean, that's why there's a lot of science here. So, now that I know that, I think I'm actually just going to do another mission to space and back. So I can, like, get all the other science. Like, I'm just going to do a big old science shuttle. Available. Escape the influence of S-site par. I'm gonna accept that because I'm gonna do that eventually. Accept the test the two. I don't need that. Honestly, I don't need the money here. So in order to go interplanetary, I want to upgrade the launch pad. I want to upgrade the tracking station. And I would like to upgrade the VIB, but I can't yet. So we're going to do a mission, just to go up into space and back, get some science. And then we're probably going to do another mission, just pop into the sun sphere of influence for a bit. Okay, so par 3. We're going to get all of the science we possibly can from low space. I guess we could go to high. This is only maybe suborbital, so we're not even going to go to high space. I'm going to make like a little stubby hopper sort of thing. "29 parts out of 30 parts, that's what I love to see. And then we have an emergency decoupler if we need it, but I don't think we will. So who wants to go? Bob, you're the scientist. Do the science. Alright, par 3. So we're going to do suborbital up and down. We're just going to get all the science. That's really clever from like I was like, oh, there's so much science. But no, there's actually not, because we don't get the luxury of having them on minimus. We have to have our first interplanetary journey like right away. And the thing is, since I'm going in blind, I'm actually not going to take landers, I believe. I might have like a really light general purpose lander, but the first round of interplanetary missions will just be scouting missions. I don't even know if I'm going to send probes. I'm probably going to send people on those. They're not going to be one way, unless we want to play like doing it one way and like making permanent space stations around places. That would be a cool, fun way to play. Because I don't really ever play like non-traditionally like that. Okay, that's a very good. That's a very gentle way of saying I don't usually be evil like that. But alright, one-way missions to places. Observe mystery goo. Okay. So I want oh, no SES, right. That's gonna be a pain. So we're in low atmosphere. That means we're gonna take this. We're gonna observe. We're gonna log. We're going to log. And then the next thing we need to do is not until high atmosphere. I should have added fins. I have to keep this stable on the way up. I should have brought Val. Like, this isn't that risky, is it? Now, especially if I'm going to be sending them permanently, I don't think I have the heart to send anyone to another planet in just a pod, even if I am going to make them stay there for an extended duration, like in their scout ships. I think I have distant object enhancement installed actually. Oh, and I'm tipped over. Okay. Okay, so I just don't need to go that fast. I have plenty of fuel, it'll be fine. I just need to get into space a little bit. Ugh. Okay, yeah. This is very drag. Very drag. I may not have enough fuel to get into space. I technically have a Delta V to get to orbit, maybe not from here, but from ground I did, but just it's draggy. It's not supposed to be a high performance vehicle, alright. Okay. Apoapis is finally in space. That means we can go conduct our material study from high. We can do log pressure data high. We can do a crew report high. That's one thing we don't have all of yet, the crew reports. And then once we're in space, we can do the rest. And space is like 88, right? I think. I just got thermometer and goo from space. We're just going to do materials bay and barometer from space. 60, 125. This is a lot of science. Granted, I understand why it's a lot of science now, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a lot of science. Like, It's a lot of science. And Bob is just so happy down. Well, hold on. Bob is just so happy down there, because he knows that he's got all the science today. Little does he know that he's going to be stuck in a capsule for years on end, going to another planet. I might actually have to start decelerating here, because I am sideways stable. I'm not even retrograde stable. And okay, I'll just wait now, because I'm still decelerating. It'll be fine. I can just deploy the chutes when I'm ready. Okay, why am I nose first stable now and not earlier? I'm like the opposite of stability that I want. And I'm taking a class on stability right now. I should know this stuff. Okay, right now it's aircraft stability, not Frankenstein's monster stability. Alright, I don't even need to use the engine to touchdown. I still am going to. Also, I just love that. The haze, the hazy atmosphere and the sun and the sky. I love how like ominous that looks, but when we get into space, it's just like, oh, it's just a star. And there we have it. First semi-propulsive touchdown of the entire time. Let's go. How many science we're gonna get? We got 1,049.8 science. We do need money though, because like, I did say we weren't worried about money, but we actually kind of are, now that I think about it. Because, like this tech tree, like, we can only research up until here. Like, we might need more to actually go interplanetary. So we've got, let's see, we can get aviation. Heavy rocketry is important. Precision propulsion is arguably pretty important. We want docking. We want probes, just in case. Yes, big hitchhikers. Big fuel tanks. Fairings and stuff, that's important. Aerodynamics, arguably important. Advanced flight control. Sure, I mean, I can't spend my science on anything else at this point, so I guess it's gonna have to be at that. We're limited to caveman technology. I will want more than 30 parts though. So unfortunately it looks like I will have to do some contract grinding. A little bit. Explore S-Site par. Escape the sphere of influence par. That'll get me enough, because like that's nearly, like that's like 230,000 funds right there. And that's enough for the VIB plus some extra. I am not going to do a crew vehicle for that. I don't believe, because like it's kind of pointless. I'm just going to send a probe up on a stick. Just cheap, cheerful. You know, why waste the money? And then let's just stick a. Okay, how much do these cost? These cost 2,700. I'm okay with spending 2,700 to do this. And then this should, like, there's no world in which this does not escape S-Site par. 3-1. Let's go. All right, okay. To space we go. It's completely unguided. It's just me escaping S-Site par. Oh, what am I going to do without maneuvers? I will want that tracking station upgrade too. Okay, here's hoping that the first docking around S-Site par contract is lucrative, because I need the money. I really need the money. Because I need to upgrade the tracking station and the vehicle assembly building at a bare minimum to be able to do interplanetary missions. Because I need maneuvers. Well, I mean, I need mission control too for maneuvers. I might have already upgraded that, I think. Okay. And there we are. That's our orbit around S-Site par. And we actually are fairly close to intersecting this thing. And, reticulum. Okay, I'm not going to look at the names right now. Okay. Because, okay, these three. Windswept, Reticulum, and Elan are where I'm going to concentrate my efforts for now. Oh, there's another one that's coplanar with us. Okay, 101 hours. What is a W? I am not familiar with the chronometer settings yet. So let's get the solar panels up. And we're leaving our home of Esite Par for the very first time. Let's go. Bye. It's so beautiful. It's so tiny. Have we escaped yet? Not yet. Oh, look. Is that another star? Or is that just a big planet? I can see the bodies with diffusion object enhancement. So maybe I can see Windswept and where we're going there. What were the other weird ones, and where are they right now? I've got Elon really close to the sun from here. Reticulum and then Eutropos is very interesting. So can I glean any information about these bodies from trying to find and mouse over them with different object enhancement? Isn't there a hotkey? Hold on. What's the hotkey for that? Short name button house over. Set to default. Your target devices only. Enable flares. Show names on mouse over. Flare situations. I remember there's a button. There's a button to show all names. There is Europtos. And I can only barely see it. I'm looking very closely at the monitor. So Europtos must be pretty big then, I'm guessing. But I think there were rings on the Windswept one. So Windswept might actually be bigger. Okay, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to plot the transfer windows, and then I'm going to whichever one comes up first. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of world first from this one. I've gotten the Gather Scientific Data. Okay, that's a different thing. And then I got the Explorer Awards. Okay. So that puts me at a bit shy of 500,000 funds. So this star is called Sol. I'm just going to call it Sol. So gravity, 49 Gs. Atmosphere. Okay, it's basically fairly similar to Kerbal. I'm not going to read that yet. Or Eutropos. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to zoom into any of them yet. Alright. Okay. So now I know a little bit about the local neighborhood. I need to start planning my first interplanetary mission, which doesn't have to be two-way.